Good morning, Reed Exhibitions. Welcome to Experient. Come on in. Experient's new offices are state-of-the-art. We're PCI compliant, so you'll see a lot of security around the various offices and doors. Our wonderful lobby and reception area. Here on the board we have some statistics from around the globe. So how many registrations we're taking in an hour, the activity today versus registrations or hotel reservations, what cities and hotels are performing best. Just general statistics that tell us how we're performing overall around the globe. It's a nice fun thing that shows how well we're doing and how many processes we're doing across the country and the globe. Come on in. So you get a feel for our new office space in this area. Really an open floor plan. In our old offices we were about 70% offices, and we switched that over to only 30% offices. So to do that was for two good reasons. One, so we could be more collaborative. We wanted to share best practices in both a organized and an organic kind of way, and this allowed for that kind of interactions. But we also wanted to have space that people could have private meetings and calls, that sort of thing, and we'll show you those cool spaces we call huddle rooms in a little while. Now this way we have our wall of services and features. So you see different attributes of the shows, registration areas, floor plans from your shows, and other items. But in this area we show our services, sort of the then and now, registration, lead retrieval, marketing, and housing. So you see the old gray boxes of the old Expo exchange days, now to being fully only done on mobile platforms across the board. A lot of what we do is training, and so we have a nice training facility that we can set up in various ways, configure all the time, so we can come in here and learn various new attributes. So when we roll out things like our mobile engage platform, people come in here and learn about it and put hands-on, and that gives them an idea of how to feel and touch it before we put it out there in the field for you guys. Come on this way. A big part of Experient is that we are a technological company. And to do that, we have to need to serve our IT needs in a good way and be self-sufficient. So here we have our huge server facility for the all of Experient. Think of this, and then there's a duplicate of this facility in Fenton, Missouri, which is just outside of St. Louis, where our headquarters of Merritt's is at, so that we have completely redundant disaster recovery systems. This is the main area, but then it switches over to St. Louis in case there's a problem and we need to come up in that area as well. So this building has 3 generators on it. Originally this space was owned by Citibank as a processing center, and so we have very bulletproof type of power supplies, triple redundant internet hookups coming into the building, but then we also have the disaster recovery out in Fenton, Mass. This area here is this is my office, so come on in for a second. So this is where I sit and do absolutely nothing while everybody else works their butt off, but we try to do the best that we can. So you get a good feel for a space of being open and inviting, so that everybody can feel like they're a part of the team versus individually siloed or set apart from others. And this area is our IT area. So this whole south wing, we have over 65 IT individuals in the building. Those people work on things from database administration to R&D development, mobile platforms, those sort of things. But they also do all the day-to-day work on your websites and registration platforms. We have a mother's room so that moms can come in and do the things they need to do so they have a safe and comfortable environment, refrigerator, couches, that sort of thing. Beautiful break area. We wanted to really change that environment from our old building where the break room was in a back corner and really shabby into a very open, inviting workspace. So we have a television here and various tables. During the Olympics, I tell you, this was a very popular place. People were hanging out here quite a bit. Down this way, we round out the IT area with our systems admins. These folks are the ones that work heavily on the servers and the ping and packets, if you would, of how things actually connect together. And then as we move down, we have one of our larger conference rooms. This conference room is called Frankfurt. Each of our rooms are named after major cities around the country, around the globe, that do events and trade shows. We've got Frankfurt, we've got Sydney, we've got Beijing, those types of rooms. It has a video conferencing system to interconnect our various offices so that we can sit in here and connect with our offices in Chicago and in Fenton in Cleveland, so that each of us can sit down anytime and chat with our cohorts across the country. When we talked earlier about moving from 70% offices to 30%, one of the things that we needed to do was have these spaces called a huddle room. Well, huddle rooms are comfortable spaces that people can utilize to come in and sit down, have a phone call, or have a meeting. And these spaces are very, very comfortable, as you can tell. What we did was we gave a budget to each individual subgroup, and they were able to decorate this themselves. And so each of these rooms are unique to the look and feel of the group that put it together, but you'll get a good sense that they're all very similar. Everybody shopped at IKEA, and we increased the economics of IKEA for a little while. And the other side of the technology rooms are these. These are called technology huddle rooms, where you have a situation where people can sit down, have the phones and whiteboards, but also have dual televisions. So one side can show a video of the other team, and the other side can show the item that you're working on together, and to collaborate together and get a feel for moving a project along. So people will sit in these. The good thing about these rooms is they're not scheduled. They are at will. So if they're open, you can go in and utilize those spaces. This area is really where we have our registration specialist on this side. And then we have our on-site team right here that we go and do all the lead stuff and the on-site setups. And then our customer service department over here. The other thing you'll see on the board here is statistics. So our customer service area here is going to have stats and figures about how they're performing right now, how many people are on hold, what the longest wait time was, how many people are in queue, that sort of thing. I know that you're going to do your own customer service, but we certainly have a customer service center worthy of a world-class environment. This is our exhibitor services areas. These are the folks that are actually calling all the various exhibitors to get talk to them about lead retrieval and lead services, and talk about the various options. Now that we've moved from selling a box to selling an application for their own smartphone, or for smartphones that will rent them, it really has changed the dynamics of this group. Instead of just one-off sales for $300 or $400, they're really talking about how are you wanting to integrate your Salesforce or Sales Logic system into the lead system as well. And so we try to help them integrate that to have a buying experience for the exhibitors. At the end of the day, it's really about the exhibitors getting the leads, but closing sales, so they know they need to come back to a REIT event to make the sales they need for the next year.